Hi guys, and welcome back to Haut Beyleron on FS22. So we're into June now. It's early in the morning, it's nearly 9 o'clock, and being June, we've still got another month to go before we can harvest any of our crops. So we've got the wheat in 40, 41, 42 as well, which was free planting. That was planted by the previous owner of the field before we purchased it. So yeah, we've still got another growth stage before we need to worry about doing anything with that field. All of our chickens are fed as well, and also up here in the grain mill we've got nothing in there at the moment that we need to worry about. So instead, what we are going to do today is we're going to head over to field 26 and we are going to harvest the barley. So that's a pretty big contract, and that should actually see us out for most of the day. Yeah, $25,000 minus 2,700 to borrow the items, which we're definitely going to do. Our equipment's not big enough for that. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick look around the field, or around the farm, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing we need to worry about here. So what would we have? The stone crusher, that is set pretty low, set to deactivated. The chickens, well, we've got 700 plus litres of food for each of them. We've got a few pallets of honey sitting here, but that will hold up to 16 pallets with that modded pallet placement that we've put in there. So we don't need to worry about that either. Now, just quickly, before we jump across to the shop and jump into the new truck or harvester, what we've done is we have actually swapped from OBS, or Streamlabs OBS, and we are now running on, or recording on, NVIDIA Shadowplay. So this is a new experience for me. If you think the video looks a bit better, as you can see, we're still hunting around the high 40 frames per second in this area. We'll have to play around with the settings a little bit, but we'll get it fixed, I'm sure. However, through Streamlabs, we were actually down below 20 frames per second in this section here. So we're not doing too badly, really. Only issue I've had so far is I'm actually doing a voiceover now on this video. For some reason the audio was set to separate tracks, and I can't for the life of me work out where the audio tracks have saved to. But anyway, across to the shop, we'll jump into the Mack, the Superliner. We'll hook up to the Wilson trailer. Not a bad looking old truck, this thing, is it? But yeah, as for video wise, I do believe that this is recording in a much higher quality than what we could through Streamlabs. But tell me your thoughts. What do you think? Do you reckon the older videos were working better? Obviously we've still got to work on a few little touch-ups here and there as far as our settings go, but I'm sure we can make it work. Now, actually, one thing that we're going to do before we head across to the field is we are going to go up to the castle and we are going to get our collectible that we ran over, looked at, stared at, took a screenshot of, and then completely forgot to pick up. So run up to the base of the castle. It's the one that's hidden just in that cave at the bottom. So that should just be up directly in front of where we are now. Just as you come over these rocks. There it is. And sure enough, there's the cartridge. So we've got 6 left to collect. There's another $50,000 for us. We'll jump back into the truck. Now, I've been told that there's another one around us here, not too far away. I haven't been told exactly where, but I've been told that the railway bridge we keep driving under to go to the farm shop, or even up to the observatory. I've been told that there's one in that vicinity we haven't got yet, and it's constantly being driven past. So I'm not sure where it is. What we'll do is we'll skip into a time lapse until we find it, and we'll see you guys here in a second. Thinking there's no way it's going to be up on top of that bridge. It's craziness. But sure enough, we have found it, and it is in fact the quest for the Emerald Duck, a game cartridge. So we've now got 5 left. Okay, so that brings us up to a neat $300,000 already, and I'm pretty sure that this contract, it's going to be huge. In fact, I already know that it's huge. Like I said, this is a voiceover. We've already recorded this video and found an issue with the soundtrack. So what we'll do is we'll go and take the Mack over there. We'll get it parked off onto the side of the field. Then we'll jump back across. We'll grab the harvester, put the header onto its trailer, hook up to that, we'll drag it down here, and we'll get the harvest underway. Anyway guys, we'll throw this back into a time lapse just until we get everything down to where we're going to be working. Okay guys, so welcome back. You will have noticed the little transition there. What we ended up doing was cutting probably about 5 minutes, if not more, out of me trying to set up this GPS. I was struggling pretty bad with it. But we did eventually get there in the end. So we'll just set it up, field 26, harvest, 15 meter header. Well, sorry, no, it's not. It's 13.7 meter header. It's the HD 45X on the front of the X9. For some reason it did set us off to the side a little bit, so it didn't actually start us right on the side of the field. And you will notice that with the header down, it does actually lift the track on this side of the harvester off the ground. Super strange. Never seen it do that before, especially with two things that I'm pretty sure are in-game. I don't think these are modded ones, but I'm not too sure. Let me know if I'm wrong. pretty much going to do here is we'll do some time lapsing. We'll also do some jump skipping as well. We won't make you guys sit here and watch the whole video. This ended up being close to a 4-hour video by the time I had a few little interruptions in the middle. But what we'll do, we'll jump in, we'll get the time lapse underway, we'll get this harvest as complete as we can, and we'll bring you guys back in if there's something to talk about. So we've got our first full load. This is where we'll probably do a massive jump skip and bring you guys to sort of like the end of the harvest. But pretty much we'll go in, we'll find out exactly where we've got to take it. It all goes up to the farm shop. So what we'll do is we'll get that run up there, get it dropped off, and like I said, we'll do a massive big jump skip here, and we will see you guys. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that we nearly had issues there getting over that big lump of straw. But anyway, we'll jump out, we'll do a big time skip. Actually, just remembered this is where we notice that we've got rain on the forecast. It's not due in until 5, so we've got plenty of time. What we end up doing down the track here a little bit is we end up dropping the time scale from 5 back to 1 times, just to make sure everything works out and that we have time to do it. But like I said, we'll bring you guys back in at the end of the harvest and see you then. Okay, so we brought you back on a quick time lapse. Figured you guys would want to see us going in and picking up our forage wagon. Obviously, we've got collect straw at missions mod enabled, and I figure with a field this big that it just makes perfect sense to make as much use of that as possible. So, pretty sure we're about 3/4 the way through the field here. Been going for quite some time. As you can see, there's a lot of straw on the ground. But what we'll do is we'll continue to crack on with this harvest. Once we're done with the harvest, we'll move the harvester off to the side. We'll get the header put back onto the trailer, get that connected, leave it off the side of the field, and then we will crack on with picking up some straw. Okay guys, we'll see you when we come back in. Well, it's not quite the harvest completely done, but we've got you guys back in because this is the last load. So we come in, we start filling up, and this is where I completely missed the fact that we have finished the harvest just with what was in the front of the trailer. So we ended up with I think it was about $13,500 in grain sales there. So everything that we get off the field from now on is completely free grain. As you can see, we've still got a little bit left to go, so at least another run. He does miss a little bit down the end there, which we go and clean up. But we do end up with approximately 40,000 litres of barley in our silo. But what we have to do, obviously because we want to collect all the straw off this field, is we've got to leave that contract open for a while. So we'll get the truck back down, we'll get the last of the harvest finished off, we'll take the truck back across to our yard, and we will throw all that extra grain straight into the silo at the home farm. Well, we almost managed to get that done before the rain set in. We did kick the time back up a little bit, so we went back up to a 3-time scale instead of back down at real time or 1 times. But the rain came in as we were starting to pick the last of it up. We did hunt around for a couple of small patches, but we didn't bother too much with it. All told, we ended up with almost 18,000 litres in there. Oh, sorry, almost 18 loads at 50,000 litres each. So 50,000 litres each, that was getting us approximately 5.5. Like, it started at 5.6 and slowly dropped down until we got to 5.5, 4.8, and then obviously just over $5,000 for that last load. So not too bad. In total, we managed to pull approximately $100,000 off of the, or just over $100,000 off of that load of straw. And obviously the $13,000 as well for the extra barley that I didn't want to sell, but we did. So the plan is we'll hold on to the rest of that barley until I think it's sometime around November, December that we start seeing our better prices according to the previous year's accumulations. So we'll hold on to it until then. We won't bother putting any of that through our grain mill that we've just passed back there on the left. We'll leave that for entirely our oats. So in the next episode, we'll get on to hopefully harvesting our oats and our wheat. We may split that up over a couple of episodes, I'm not too sure. We'll see how it's all going time-wise. We'll start to prepare the fields. We want to look into start to do some other crop types and start to potentially build up our productions and get some more of those underway. But all the oat will go into the grain mill. All of our wheat is literally going to go straight into storage for chicken feed, because the plan is within the next episode or two, what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of our small chicken pens, so the 2 small chicken enclosures that we've got, and we're going to put in 2 of the larger chicken coops so we can get those 360 chickens on the go. We won't fill it completely. We'll probably half to 3/4 fill it, and that way we can keep an endless rotation of chickens coming in and out, sell off our older ones, and also keep hold of the younger ones. Wait until they're old enough to start breeding. Once they start breeding and filling it up, I think it's anything over 24 months. All they do is start eating more food and producing the same amount of eggs as the young ones. But anyway, guys, what we'll do is we'll quickly jump in, we'll check out what's in the used market, and we'll probably call it an end to the episode there. Well, slurry tanker, not really worth it to us. We don't have cows. We've still got the forage wagon, or the loading wagon. We'll keep that until tomorrow when we can get onto our fields. So what we'll do, we'll sleep through, have a look in the morning at what's in the used market, see if there's anything there that relates to us, something that we can use. So as you can see, $10,000 bill there for leased equipment. We paid for the majority of that as we went. It was obviously just another overnight lease for that forage wagon. And coming in, and oh, I do like that 8RT. That'd be a great tractor, but we don't have any need for it at the moment, not for another big tractor. But there is another loading wagon, as well as a rear mower. We've got a front mower, we've got the Vicon FT. So we'll run around, we'll have a look. We actually picked that up off screen. I wasn't recording when that came onto the equipment, used equipment. So we picked that up. I think it was for about 46% off, there or thereabouts. So considering we've got a front mower, we could always use a back mower. So we'll grab that. We'll grab the Pottinger, the Faro. It's not as big as the one that we've got on lease at the moment, but we'll get rid of that and we will use our own equipment. Okay, so that gets those into our inventory. 60-something thousand dollars gone out of the 400 odd that we had in the bank. So we're still doing pretty well for money. Yeah, still 371k left. So we're not that bad off. Anyway, guys, we're going to call it an end of the episode there. Thank you very much for joining in. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like the video. Hit that notification bell for future videos. And we will see you guys really soon.